Everyone, thank you for coming to our first volunteer meeting for the 2025 triathlon season with New England Endurance Events. And this meeting is specifically for Hyannis One, which will be happening this coming Saturday at Craigville Beach. So we're very, very excited for our first race of the season. And for all of you that are joining, I won't take up a lot of your time. My name is Beth Ambonacci, and I am the volunteer coordinator as well as the program director. So I will be in charge of everything volunteer. Anything you need from me, any questions, you can always feel free to email me, text me, call me. I know I've sent out a few emails, messages already, so you should have my contact information. But if you don't, I can always put it in the chat at the end for anyone that needs that information. So let's get started since it's about 7:07 and I don't want to keep everyone too long this evening. Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, so again, just welcome everyone. Our volunteers are a pivotal part of our triathlons for every single triathlon we do. They ensure us having a very successful event. You all support our participants and keep a positive attitude with all your great smiles, cheery faces you could see from one of our past Hyannises here with all of our volunteers. So we're just going to quickly go through the event overview. We have some scheduled details and then also just a brief description of what the volunteer positions will be. As you can see on the picture of the slide, there is a race day schedule that will be absolutely updated for the race this coming weekend. Some people like to take a picture of that so they have it on their phone if they do get asked questions, but you'll also have what I call the volunteer cheat sheet with all the details on. So the first thing that happens is between 5:30 and 6:15 a.m. is when all our volunteers will start to arrive. Later this week, I will send out an email with the time that you need to arrive. So depending on what you signed up for, whether you're an opener, a midday person, or a closer, everybody will get individual emails so they know exactly what time they need to come. And then you want to look for the big volunteer tent. It's a white tent. It's down the end of well, it's kind of in the middle of the parking lot, but it's right next to the lot you'll be parking in. We have coffees and snacks just for the volunteers. And little note, if you are on the run or the bike course, there are no bathrooms out there. So just plan accordingly. Enjoy your coffee and your snacks, but keep that in mind. Our transition does open for all of our athletes at 5:30 a.m. So they'll start coming just around the same time that some of you will. Then we have our Olympic race where the transition closes, and our athletes who are doing the Olympic race will need to be out of the transition area. And then we just move along from there. 6:45, 7 o'clock, that Olympic race begins. 7:15, transition closes to the sprint athletes. 7:30, the sprint race begins. Things move pretty quickly in sprint races and Olympic races because they're shorter distances than some of the other tries. So even though you're seeing 9:30 award ceremony and post-race yoga, a few of you may still be out there on the course, but we know where everyone is and we'll be keeping good track of you and the athletes as well. Three different positions. Within these positions are the transition area. That's where all the bikes are and where the athletes will come in and out to change for their various discipline. Then we have our bike course, which is specific street locations that are on the route. And then lastly, we have our run course, which are also street locations as well as water stops are in the run course area. Order of events. Now, some of you may be veterans to triathlon. Some of you may be brand new, and that's what's super exciting. I started as a volunteer. I knew nothing about triathlon, so I was really excited to learn all of this information. The order is swim, bike, run, and then they're done. I know it sounds easy, but it's really not. And that's why we love having you all out there to cheer our athletes on. So, along with the traditional swim, bike, run, the two distances, which are sprint and Olympic, we have a few other little races mixed in there. We have our aqua bike, where the athletes will simply swim and bike, duathlon, which is run, bike run, and then you'll also hear and see on the different schedules is the aquathon, where that is swim and run. So you may have athletes asking you questions about these different races that are mixed into the regular tries. And again, that will be on your cheat sheet. So if you have some questions about that, or if someone asks you a question, that will be on there. If not, you can ask any of the staff. They should know the answer to that, or come to me and I can help you out as well. Okay, the bike course. So this map that you're looking at now is the bike course, which shows not only the sprint, but also the Olympic. And the Olympic distance, as you'll see, is 20 miles. It's the longer distance than the sprint, which is 10.4. You will get a copy of this map. It will be a two-sided. You'll have maps on one side, your cheat sheet on the other, and just some really some things that we want you to know about while you're out there on the course. So you are really the people that are giving the direction to all of our athletes. When you're racing, your mind is just focused on some people how fast you can go, some people their safety, some people are worried about their outfit. Who knows? All different things are happening on race day. So you want to be really sure when giving directions wherever you are in your designated area to be truly loud, clear, and concise. If you're with a buddy and you're a little bit nervous and you think they have a little bit of a more profound voice than I do, say, hey, would you take that part over? Because I'm not sure that I'm going to get across exactly what they need to hear. Or maybe 5 minutes later, you'll say, that's great. I can absolutely do that. So you want to be really concise. You want to use simple pointing signals, just straight ahead or right or left. You don't want to kind of like be giving any, other motions that need to happen. Just really, really straight and concise so the athletes know. And you'll see there looking at that map that there are some corners that are sharp and there are some turns. And for the Olympic, where you see the dotted line, they actually have to do a double loop. So that's a really important location for our volunteers that we put there. Keep alert all times, really important. There will be police on the course at some of the locations too. They are absolutely responsible for making sure that traffic is not going out into the course and, possibly get in the way of a biker. But know that if you're near a policeman, they'll take care of the traffic. You stick to your assigned directions. If you're given a vest or a flag, please, please wear them. It's for your safety. It also helps in guiding the athletes. If you are at a turn, helps to say, go right or go left with that one single movement. Your map will be a little bit more revised than the one you see here. It will have your location number, meaning if your spot is, let's call it the bike course volunteer spot 1, it will say BV1. So that will be on the map near whatever mile marker you're at. And we will also have a sheet with directions, so that will be very easy as well. So that's basically everything for the bike course. All right, run course. Our run, we have the sprint and the Olympic as well. We have our sprint, which is 3.6 miles, and the Olympic athletes will be doing 6.2 miles. Pretty much the same kind of tips for the run as there were for the bike. So if you get confused or have any questions, you can always refer back to that. The only difference here is we do have water stops on the run course. So if you're at the water stop, a couple things that you want to keep in mind. These runners are going to be coming by again, thinking about everything else but where's that water until it's pretty much right in their face. So you want to have your table prepped in advance. We will have the jugs of water there for you. We will have the jugs of Drip Drop, which is our hydration this year, as opposed to Gatorade. We got a fantastic sponsor, Drip Drop, and that's what we'll be handing out to the athletes. So you want to start filling your cups in advance. They can be half filled. They don't have to be filled all the way up. And get those prepped on your table and ready to go. And then as the runners approach, you want to have some of those in your hands and standing out in front of the table. This way, when those runners start coming towards you, you can simply put your hands out and maybe you have gate or drip drop and your partner has water. And you can say that right to them, water. Gatorade, and they will look right at you and they will literally grab it out of your hand. So it's the easiest way for them to get the hydration they need on the course. There should be plenty of supplies there. If there are not, or if you think for any reason you're running out, you can simply call me or text me, and I will absolutely make sure to get you what you need. Okay, what should I bring? What should I wear? Always a huge question because if this is your first one, you might not be sure. So, the number one thing, comfortable shoes, sneakers, whatever are the most comfortable for you in terms of your apparel, shorts, pants, leggings, weather appropriate gear. We know Cape Cod, we know how the weather changes around here. You never know. So just bring some things extra with you if you're not sure what the weather's going to be like. As they say, it's easier to take things off than to, be worried that you don't have enough on. Again, whatever you feel the most comfortable with. We will give you a volunteer t-shirts. You'll be able to put that on top of whatever you're wearing. We're also going to be giving you some name tags this year, which is a little bit of a change so that everybody gets to know each other and, not feel like, oh, I'm with this person and I already forgot their name and they just told me it like 5 times. That's not going to happen this year. You have a nice tag on with your name and where you're going to be on the course. Couple other things, sunscreen, hat, glasses, sunglasses, bring a water bottle with you. You are going to be out there for 4 plus or minus hours if you're headed out to the bike or run course. So just think about that. If there's something you truly love, a snack that you want to have with you, I'd say throw that in your bag too, but we will have some snacks for you to take out on the course. I just want to thank everyone, all of the volunteers. As I always say, I think you all rock. Endless thanks. I was in your shoes before. Thanks everyone for joining us for the call. I'm very excited to hopefully meet all of you or at least get to give you a quick handshake. If not at this race, we have many more throughout the season and we'd love you to join us for those if you have the time. And we'll see you out there on race day. Thanks so much, volunteers.